Coding Made Easy.
So what's up everybody, this is Peter coming to you with your next Java Made Easy tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to be learning about yet another loop, and that is the while loop. So I taught you about the for loop on purpose last tutorial because it is the hardest loop to grasp, and by grasping that the other two loops will be easy as pie to learn. So right here I have the grades example from the if statements tutorial, and if I run this program everything runs fine, or it should run fine. Oh, accidentally have an extra brace there. And if you put say 50, it says you got a D, and if you put like 101, it says you got an A, and that's a flaw. We only want to enter grades between 0 and 100. And so we need to have a way to do like error checking and so on and so forth. So we already know how to do error checking, and we could do an if statement that says, okay, if the grade is not within this range, then we won't do anything. But we want to keep on looping so the user can if the user makes an accident, they can continue entering values until they enter a value within the right range. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to set grade equal to -1, and we're going to make a while loop. And the syntax for the while loop is while and the condition that needs to be met. If the condition is true, it loops. If the condition is not true, it doesn't loop. So it is just like an if. Think of it as an if statement. The difference is that an if statement executes once, a while loop keeps on looping until the condition is not met anymore. Okay? So just think of it that way. So we're going to say, okay, we're going to say if grade is less than 0 or grade is greater than 100. So while that is true, we're going to say grade is equal to user input.next. So what's going to happen here? The reason why the reason why I have grade outside of this while loop is if I placed it inside, if I declared it inside this while loop, it wouldn't recognize what grade is outside of it. So for example, if I put int grade and I delete this, you'll notice you'll get red squigglies, and it'll say it cannot be resolved to a variable because it doesn't know what grade is. Each variable has scope, and if you have a variable within these curly braces, then it can, if you declare a variable, create a variable inside these curly braces, then outside these curly braces, nobody knows what it is. So what we've done is we've created it outside of it, and then anything below it or in other curly braces can recognize it as long as they're within these curly braces, like here. Like so, and these are called local variables, but we'll get more into that a bit farther down the line. Sorry, that's my phone. So what's happening here is that we've set grade to -1. So what it's going to do is it's going to go to this while loop. Is grade less than -1? Is grade less than 0? Yes, it is. It doesn't even need to check this because when you have or, it's either one or the other. So it doesn't even bother to check this, and it's going to go and loop. So it's going to say, okay, enter grade. So say enter -1. Or if we say enter -10, is -10 less than 0? Yes, it is. Okay, so ask for another. So get grade again. Say type in 110. Is 110 less than 0? No, it's not. Or is grade greater than 100? Yes, it is. Okay, so get another input. So then if you input a value between 0 and 100, then it's going to say, okay, let's say I input a value 50. It's going to say, is 50 less than 0? No, it's not. Is 50 greater than 100? No, it's not. Okay, exit this while loop. Now now do the rest of the program. And so therefore we will that helps with our error checking, and therefore we won't have any problems in the future with our program. So let's say I enter the value -1. Nothing's gonna happen. -100, 101, 106. Now I type in 70. Now it says you got a B. So it keeps on looping until we actually get a correct value, and then it does so. And so our program is almost complete, but the user is saying, okay, I'm tired of running your program than having to click play again and run your program again. I want to run it as much times as I want until I say I want to exit. And so a lot of you guys are interested in game creation or application creation, and what they normally have, or what every game or application has, is a game or application loop. And what it does is that it keeps looping, getting updates, drawing stuff to the screen and stuff within this while loop. Now we're not going to get that sophisticated, but we're going to continuously loop our program until the user wants to stop. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a Boolean variable, and we're going to say is running. So the program is running, so we're going to set it to true. And we're going to say is running is equal, if it's equal to true, or we can just put if is running. And that just says, okay, if is running is set to true, then we loop. Sorry. So we're going to put these within the brace, and we're going to indent our code to make our code look clean. And okay, so while it is running, we're going to do this, and it's going to get the user input, then display it again, and we can loop this. It's going to go for an infinite amount of times. So if we do this, we enter a value 50, it says you got a D, and it's going to keep saying you got a D over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So first rule, first mistake that we made. So we're going to have to stop it from running. I'm not sure where I go to stop it, but anyways, we're just gonna edit our code, whatever. So what's happening is that, okay, it displays you got a D, and it's going back up here, and it says, okay, it's running as true, but our grade was still within this range, so it's gonna say, okay, don't exit this while loop is irrelevant. So it's gonna keep on saying you got a D. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move int grade equal to -1, or we can leave int grade up there and just set it to -1 at the end, at the start of our loop, but we'll just leave it here. And we're gonna run our program again, and so we're going to run our program again, and if this program will stop, I'm not really sure how to stop it, give me a second. Okay, so all I did was just click the stop button there. Sorry, I haven't used Eclipse in a while. But yeah, so we're just going to put grade in there, and we're going to re-execute this program. And so this time we're going to put 50, and it's going to say you got a D. And so it's going to get input again. 56, you got a D. And 80, you got a D. And 45, you got an F. And a 101, it puts nothing. 100, you got an A. And so on and so forth. And it's going to run unlimitedly. And we're just going to stop that. So we want to prompt the user when they want to stop it. So we're going to say system.out.println. And we're going to say press 1. We're going to say enter 1 to run again. Enter any other number. Or just say enter a negative number to exit. And what we will do is we'll say we'll have int answer or something like that, and we'll say user input dot next int, and we'll say, okay, if answer is less than 0, then is running is equal to false. Another thing you could do right here is remember that break keyword. What break will do is also exit out of a loop. So if you put break, it would automatically just stop execution of this loop and end it. So it wouldn't really matter which one you're using. So you can set it to false, or you could use break, or whatever you like. And therefore, if they enter a negative number, it will automatically stop. So I'm running my program. 80, enter negative number to exit. I put 7, so I'm running again. 60, enter a negative number. The program ends. And so that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and bye for now.